Speed Station welcomes you back to Pocono Raceway for the second Gander RV 400. After Parker Kligerman's
brain fade,
he has not been allowed to participate in today's race at Pocono. His replacement will be Jesse Little, who will start in 41st position, dead last, because of the driver change. Denny Hamlin will start in the first position due to his last place finish in the previous race. BJ McLeod in second, Timmy Hill, Quinn Hoff, Corey LaJoie, Martin Truex Jr., Cody Ware, Eric Almirola, Landon Castle, and Michael McDowell round out the top 10.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
And this time, Denny Hamlin actually got the car fired. The green flag is out at Pocono for race 2. Hamlin trying to get a bit of a jump over BJ McLeod. Looks like we almost have 4 wide going into turn 1. They funnel down into 3. 3 abreast, that is. And now Martin Truex Jr. already rocketing to second position. Already with a Joe Gibbs 1-2. This battling and shuffling will definitely give the top 2 cars a chance to check out. This is almost like lap car simulator. Denny Hamlin will lead the first lap with ease. Even more of a stack up as we look mid-pack. Matt DiBenedetto's been turned into 1. Oh, Paul Menard got a lot of right side contact. Kyle Busch managed to avoid it. As we race back to the caution, Denny Hamlin is the leader above Martin Truex Jr. and BJ McLeod, hanging tough in third position. Coming into turn 1, DiBenedetto and Stenhouse, along with Chastain, kind of just squeeze into the outside wall. Pretty significant contact from Matt DiBenedetto, but right here is where he gets the most damage. Right there from Paul Menard. I don't think we'll see any retirements out of this incident, but definitely some damage on the 95. On the cooldown lap, they tried to go 4 wide into 1, and it looks like Joey Logano tries to cut off Ryan Blaney and slides up into Chris Buescher. So very unfortunate for Buescher. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of frustration out of Matt DiBenedetto, trying to shove his way through Ross Chastain. Denny Hamlin is leading the entire field onto pit road. The first car out of the pits is Denny Hamlin above Martin Truex Jr. and Michael McDowell. And we are back green on lap 7. Hamlin got a relatively good jump above his teammate Martin Truex Jr. As we go into 1, he's already separated him by a car length. Almirola's trying to go for third position. On the inside of Michael McDowell. How many times this year do you expect me to say Quinn Hoff is in the top 10? Darrell Walsh Jr. is up to 4th now, but Michael McDowell has taken 2nd off of Martin Truex Jr. The top 5 is currently Denny Hamlin above Martin Truex Jr., Michael McDowell, Bubba Wallace, and Eric Almirola. After starting in 38th position, Eric Jones is now already up into the top 20. Four wide. A lot of contact being made between Kyle Busch and Harvick. Oh my goodness! Joey Logano gets turned. As we race back to the caution, Denny Hamlin is still the leader above Martin Truex Jr. and Michael McDowell. 4 wide and a turn as tight as turn 1 at Pocono just does not work. And Logano hits this inside wall very hard after being turned by the 24 car. The 47 plows into him, nowhere to go. How'd the 48 get turned? Oh, bounces off the wall repeatedly. So Kevin Harvick carries Ryan Preece up to the wall. That's how Harvick ended up spinning. Suarez and LaJoie do almost the same, and Joey Logano gets turned by William Byron. Several playoff contenders involved in this accident. Denny Hamlin wins the race off pit road above his teammate Martin Truex Jr. and Bubba Wallace. After the accident on the Long Pond straightaway, Corey LaJoie, Ryan Preece, Jimmy Johnson, Chris Buescher, Clint Boyer, Matt DiBenedetto, and Joey Logano are now out of the race. Today could be a huge points day for Martin Truex Jr. as he currently runs in second position. And his championship rivals Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski find themselves 33rd and 32nd. And we are back green on lap 15. Hamlin gets a great jump above Martin Truex Jr. The lap car of Daniel Hemrick trying to get out of the way. Trouble! 18 cars around. Yesterday's winner, severe front-end damage. I believe the 24 car was involved as well. Denny Hamlin will lead us back to the third caution above Martin Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson, and Ty Dillon. Even more championship contending drivers find themselves in trouble. Kyle Busch gets turned by Austin Dillon pretty hard into the outside wall and Daniel Hemrick. Daniel Suarez made some contact. Paul Menard slapped the outside wall. I believe Kyle Busch will likely be out of the race after that front-end damage. Fresh off a win, Kyle Busch's race is now over. Denny Hamlin beat his teammate Martin Truex Jr. off pit road, with Bubba Wallace Jr. in third. I need to point out we're almost halfway through this race and Quinn Hoff is still in the top 10. In fact, he's running in 8th. And we are back green on lap 20. Kyle Larson looking to the inside of Bubba Wallace. Trying to go 3 wide with Eric Almirola on the inside. Hamlin slid up on turn 1. Allowed Martin Truex Jr. to his inside. Hamlin will clear the 19 car. The gap between the 11 and 19 has stayed somewhat stagnant at around 0.2 of a second. Ryan Newman has now taken 4th position off of Michael McDowell. Ryan Newman forcing his way under the 43 car, attempting to take 3rd. At the line, I believe he got it. Michael McDowell taking advantage of Wallace, who had to slow up in turn 1, and we now have another caution. Chase Elliott has been spun in turn 1 and was collided into by the 15 of Ross Chastain. Martin Truex Jr. trying to make a move on the 11. Has a bit of a run, looking to the outside, now trying to make a crossover. But I don't think it's going to be enough, as Denny Hamlin will lead us back to the caution. Trying to go 3 wide, Chase Elliott got squeezed into the outside wall by Matt Tifft. Then heavy impact between him and the 15 car. Daniel Suarez got a little bit of damage as well. So I believe the 15 and the 9 will likely be out of the race. Denny Hamlin is leading most of the field on the pit road, but Kurt Busch has decided to stay out. Reed Sorensen and Jesse Little have decided to stay out on this cycle of stops. First car off pit road is Denny Hamlin, and Martin Truex Jr. gets squeezed off of pit road by Joey Gase. Timmy Hill. You know what, I have no idea what the strategy of Kurt Busch, William Byron, Reed Sorensen, and Jesse Little was, because they stayed out an extra lap and will now be heading down pit road. So they will lose almost all the track position they gained. So now Denny Hamlin will restart as the leader with Martin Truex Jr. in second, Bubba Wallace in third, and Ryan Newman in fourth. After 30 laps, we only have 28 cars still running. The green is back out with only 11 to go. Hamlin still got a great restart over Truex. Newman going to the inside of the 43 car has now taken third. Time is starting to run out for anyone who wants to catch the 11. The 54 car is spun in turn 3 and the yellow flag is back out. The 11 still leads over the 19 and the 43. Brad Keselowski checks up going into turn 3 and the 54 just runs flat into him. The 77 also involved. The 3 of Austin Dillon got turned around. The 00 of Landon Castle also involved. So we have now had an incident in every single one of Pocono's unique corners. Most of the field this pit cycle has decided to stay out, but the 12 car of Ryan Blaney is heading on into pit road, as well as the cars involved in that incident in turn 3. Derek Cope currently running in 14th position. We are back green with only 6 laps to go. Truex trying to put a fender below the 11 car. Looking to the inside. Ryan Newman now trying to take third. Hamlin has now cleared the 19, entering 1. We have another caution. The 3, 0, and 54 cars have had another incident. This may end the race. Lap car simulator at Pocono. And Denny Hamlin will easily lead us back to the caution above Martin Truex Jr. and Bubba Wallace. Trying to go 4 wide on the front straightaway. Just ended up getting squeezed back into the wall, with several cars taking hard hits into the outside wall. Although the 12 car was able to get through unscathed. So we are going to have a green checker. Only 1 lap dash to decide who will win the second race at Pocono. There are only 25 cars still running. A true wreck fest. And we are back green at Pocono for a 1 lap dash. Hamlin still gets a great jump above the 19. The 10 cars once again had an engine failure. 3 races in a row. Ryan Newman now up to third. I don't think Truex is going to be able to get the 11 car. Contact between the 6 and 43. Not enough time for the 19. Denny Hamlin has now won his second race of the year at Pocono. A dejected Eric Almirola limps it back to pit road. Denny Hamlin wins over Martin Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace, Ryan Newman, Eric Jones, Kyle Larson, Ty Dillon, David Reagan, Michael McDowell, and Alex Bowman. Kevin Harvick's point lead gets cut down to 59 points by Martin Truex Jr., who has now moved up into second after his second place finish at Pocono. Eric Jones climbed 7 positions in points, up to 12th, and Kyle Larson climbed 6 positions in points, now to 10th. In the playoff standings, Ryan Newman is definitely the highest car without a win. Daniel Suarez is only 1 point above the cutoff. Kyle Larson is now 14 points above. Austin Dillon is 1 point out, along with Kurt Busch. Chris Buescher is now below the playoff cut line, 5 points below. And Eric Almirola is just 15 points out after 3 consecutive engine failures. The next race is at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard 400. Catch it right here on the Speed Station.